Well, that was good timing. Hi, my name is Courtney, and I'm very passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. I know because I did it for a while. And then I let them put me on a medication I didn't want to take, and everything went to hell in a handbasket. But I am very slowly rebuilding. Gosh, it's been more than a year and a half now. It's so freaking crazy. Anyway, first, I want to apologize for being so late. Something important came up that I had to attend to, and it took a little longer than I anticipated, but it was a good thing. It was a very good thing. So, anyway, I wanted to talk. I like to talk about this every few months because I think it's really important. But after the last couple of days in my experience online, I really wanted to talk about it. Chronic illness and social media, it's kind of a weird thing. I'm a big advocate. The reason I'm such a big advocate, when I was first diagnosed, fibromyalgia was, we didn't even know about the other crap yet, but fibromyalgia was so, there's not much known about it now, but this was 20 years ago. Nobody knew anything. I couldn't find anybody to talk to. So I went online and I found all these support groups. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. People who get it. Well, they did, they understood, but my experience was so negative, and most of the support groups that I found, they were just a race to the bottom. And look, I get it. I'm not judging those people. I spent years dealing with this crap in a very severe depression, so I understand it. But for me personally, I'm sorry, but if you're Debbie Downer, I can't hang out with you. I have a hard enough time keeping my chin above the water without being surrounded by negative people. Does this suck? Absolutely. Chronic pain is a complete nightmare. But why dwell on it? Why focus on it? I try to be really positive. But even for me, sometimes it gets hard to talk about. We People assume, oh well, you're just looking for attention. Sometimes that might be true. I'll be honest, but mostly that has very little to do with it. People think we're being melodramatic. Please, if I was being melodramatic, I would list out all of my symptoms for you, and y'all would faint. I don't go into a lot of detail with very many people because I have literally been in face to face conversations. I don't do this to anybody anymore because they learned. But you'll be talking to somebody and they seem genuinely interested. So then you start telling them, and you can just see their faces change, and they're like, you're crazy. Nobody could live like that. Sure they can. I do it every gosh damn day. What alternative do I have? But no, we're not melodramatic. We're not ungrateful. That's one of my favorites. I've had people tell me that. Oh, you're so ungrateful. What the hell are you talking about? I know that there are millions of people out there who would love to be as relatively healthy as I am. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful every damn day that I have the ability to get up and choose how I'm going to go about my day. I choose, even on the highest pain days, I choose to exercise. I can go for a walk. I can do a little yoga. I can dance. I can do something that's going to make me feel better about myself. I'm grateful for that. I'm going to get way off topic. Sorry. Um, a lot of people don't want to talk about it because, well, you're just being whiny. I'll admit, yes, sometimes you bet your ass I'm being whiny. And I'm being whiny because I'm fed up to hear. And I have to have an outlet. People think that we're weak. I'm sorry, but bitch, please. Most of the people who would judge us like that, they wouldn't last in this life. It's so, look, this is a hard enough life. And then to be somebody who chooses to be really positive. You know how freaking hard it is to be positive when your body, you're literally under attack. I mean, it's crazy. But the worst thing anybody has ever said to me was that I lacked faith. What the what the hell are you even talking about? My faith is the only thing that gets me through all of this crap. My faith is what allows me to face this struggle every day, but to choose to put a smile on my face. I choose I choose to be grateful because of my faith. A lot of people don't want to talk about their chronic health situations because there's a lot of sadness involved with this. Look, our lives have changed drastically. Simple activities have now become demanding. When I love to have a super clean bathroom, and when I scour my bathroom and get it how I really like it, I'm in bed for a day. Not every time, but more often than not. How screwed up is that? How would you like to live like that truly? I Pre-COVID, I used to go to a lot of conferences. I love going to conferences. I get to spend a few days with a bunch of positive, uplifting, happy, motivated people. That is so up my alley. But I know if I go to a weekend conference, it's going to take me probably 2 weeks to recover from it. It's just what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of sadness. We're exhausted all the damn time. But then at night, all the distractions of the world have now faded away. And you're just laying there and you realize, oh gosh, damn, I hurt. How am I supposed to sleep like this? And you don't. We actually refer to it as pain somnia. That's when you are exhausted, but you hurt too much to sleep. I actually asked my doctor about that. I said, why in the hell does this happen? And she said, that's easy. You're not busy. You don't have all the things distracting you that you have during the day. So then you're laying there. You can't sleep because you're hurt. Let me tell you, that's when the intrusive thoughts can get pretty freaking wild. There's a lot of sadness here. There's a lot of grief involved. Most of us want our old lives back. I don't want my old life back. I just want to be very clear. I am truly, I've learned so much as a result of dealing with all of this. And I'm a much nicer person. I'm kinder. I'm more compassionate. I'm usually more patient, not always. But I am a better person now. But you know what? I would love to have my old health back. I would love to be able to go to a conference and not pay for it for 2 weeks. I want to be able to scour my bathroom and keep it the way that I want it without it putting me on my ass for a day or two. We It's really easy for us to get caught up in the anger and the bitterness. And you know what? People who are dealing with this, we're entitled to feel that way. We are, because our lives have changed very drastically. We didn't ask for this. And most of what comes with it is not positive. But you can't dwell on it. You can't stay in that mindset. What I do personally, if I just cannot shake, if I'm just, gosh damn it, I feel sorry for myself today, I can't get rid of it. Then you know what I do? Okay, I have 24 hours and I throw the biggest gosh damn pity party for 24 hours. And then after that time is up, guess what? I get my shit together. I pull myself together. I pull my shoulders back and I smile and I face the day, because what choice do I have? I can't stay there. And I'll tell you what I've learned dealing with this stuff. When you give in to those, I don't want to say negative thoughts because I really believe they serve a purpose, but those really uncomfortable thoughts, when you give into that, it makes your symptoms worse. At least that's been my experience. We grieve because this stuff is so isolating. It costs us our jobs. It costs us our relationships. Y'all wouldn't believe how many friends I've lost over this. It is, well, obviously they were never friends in the first place, but let me tell you, it is absolutely shocking how many people literally just run away from you. I'm not contagious. You ain't going to catch it. But I kind of get it too. We are a reminder to people that your health is very gosh damn fragile and something could happen out of your control. And there you are. But it is very isolating. And we struggle with the fact that we know we're letting people down. We know we can't do the things that we used to do. Believe me, we are so much more aware of that than you are ever going to be. Our world gets so freaking small. You guys have you have no idea. Holy crap. No, I'm not going to cry about shitty people who suck because they don't deserve it. But our worlds do shrink. People are healthy people. Y'all can just be so flippin' nasty about it. We keep to ourselves often because of the judgment that we face. I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday. It's like I'm penalized because I choose to pull myself together. I choose to present myself as well as I can. Why? Because it makes me feel better about myself. It's funny. When I was a young woman, early teens, I think. Anyway, my mama was a Southern Belle. And I remember she was home sick one day and I was watching her put on her makeup. And I was like, Mom, why? If you don't feel good, why are you doing that? Well, you know what? I get it now. She said, it makes me feel better. I get that. For me, it gives me a sense of normalcy. I don't do it all the time, but I will quite often put on my makeup, even if I'm not going anywhere all day. Even if I don't need to be camera ready. It just makes me feel a little bit more normal. I but you don't look sick. What the hell does that even mean? Because I choose not to schlump around here looking like an unmade bed. I obviously am not sick. I really don't understand that kind of thinking. But it's a big enough problem that there at least was, I don't know if there still is, but there was a website with that exact title. Look, we know it's hard for healthy people to understand this. We do. And we don't even ask you to understand, but a little flippant compassion would go a long way. We don't we don't like to talk about it a lot. You know what? It's easier for me. It's far easier for me to get online and talk about it with just throwing it into the void than it is for me to sit down with people in my life and talk about it. It's hard for us to even discuss with each other sometimes. But when it comes to our loved ones, we feel like such a burden. I'm extremely fortunate for somebody with all of my health issues. I really am. I am pretty high functioning, all things considered. But I feel like a burden to everybody. People don't want to talk about it because healthy people, gosh, y'all can be so freaking belittling sometimes. This is a huge problem. My favorite is, well, Courtney, everybody hurts sometimes. Well, no shit. Do you really think that we're too stupid to recognize that fact? Yes, it probably hurt really bad when you sprained your ankle. I'm not going to tell you it didn't. Of course it did. But to compare that to somebody who is in pain pretty much all day, every day, it's belittling, it's degrading to us. And again, I really always try to assume that people come at me with good intentions. I mean, unless you make it obvious that you're not. If you say something inelegant, I'm going to assume that you mean well. But everybody hurts too. That's not, that's really hard for me to put into a proper perspective. Don't don't tell somebody dealing with chronic health issues. You would just feel better if you fill in the blank. Excuse me. Damn it. Oh, by the way, look at how freaking cute my nails are. She hand painted that stuff. Anyway, um, you would feel better if you lost weight, if you exercised more, if you ate better. We know, okay? We know this. I guarantee you, we have had these conversations with our healthcare providers. A lot of people I know, I'm a little more open to it than most people I've encountered in a similar situation. Don't tell. You would feel better if, hey, you've probably talked about this with your doctor already, but I saw this article and I thought maybe this could help you. But I'll warn you, most people are still not going to take that very well. Embarrassment. There's no dignity in health issues. We don't want to talk about it because it's a lot of the stuff. It's not dinner conversation. It's not things you want to talk about with anybody. We don't talk about it because of a fear of rejection. It's Like I said, I've lost so many friends over this. It's just ridiculous. People lose their relationships, their husband or their wife or their boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you want to call it. Our relationships tend to crumble. If somebody who has serious health issues makes plans with you and they have to cancel at the last minute, don't make it about you. It's not about you. I used to be really good friends with this woman, and when my health went bad, it got to where if I had to cancel plans, oh my gosh, Courtney, you're such a effing flake. Except she wouldn't center it. And I still remember how much that hurt. So for a long time, I refused to make plans with anybody. Why? Why bother? All you're going to do is tear me apart if I can't make it. Do y'all really think that we would rather sit home feeling like crap all alone than go out and do something with you? Because if that's what you think, that speaks volumes for what you think of your own company. Truly. It's not about you. Finally, those of us who do talk about it, we just don't want to be forgotten. Look, I don't get out much. And I mean that quite literally. My social life pretty much consists of my doctor's appointments. I go and get my nails done every few weeks. I go and get my hair done every 5 to 6 weeks. That's it. I very rarely go out to lunch. I very rarely, I just don't do that stuff. I don't have the energy most of the time. We're looking for fellowship. Who the hell wants to sit home alone in pain all day? So, yeah, we need some fellowship. With all of the horrible things that social media has brought into the world, and it has, it's also been such a blessing for those of us who, what the hell kind of outlet would I have if I didn't have social media? Oh my gosh. I would literally have nobody that I would talk to. Like I said, it's easier for me to put this crap out online than it is for me to sit down. I don't want to talk to my dad about this stuff. You know why? It upsets him because he can't fix it. I don't like to talk to my friends about it because I don't want someone to for God's sakes, don't feel sorry for me. That honestly, that absolutely infuriates me. I don't need your pity. Yes, my cross is heavy to bear, but you know what? So is yours. Yours is just in a different way. Yours is a different form, but everybody has difficulties in their lives. I don't want you to, if you're going to feel sorry for me that I don't do better at keeping my attitude in check. But don't feel sorry for me because of my health issues, because I don't most of the time. But sometimes we just need a sounding board. There have been times when I'm literally just kind of screaming into the void because I'm so frustrated and I'm so fed up. And then out of nowhere, somebody will come along with, hey, I'm going to either, hey, I have this suggestion and it's a good suggestion, or you know what? I'm in a similar boat. Hang in there. Y'all be amazed at what just that little bit of support can do. It can literally, at least for me, it can turn my day around if I'm really having a rough one. We just, we're just looking for some friendship. That's all. Y'all need to quit being such judgmental buttheads. Anyway, well, I really didn't think I was going to cry during that one. But I got to tell you, yesterday, I don't know why it is, but I swear trolls always know when I'm flaring. And it's always when I get the worst, nastiest people. And I was so shocked. I'm still naive enough to be shocked, but I was really shocked at the way some people were treating me yesterday. And that's why we're talking about this today. Excuse me. I made a comment about, look, this is why I talk about this stuff. And then I had a bunch of truly had an outpouring of support. And I had even quite a few men. Hey, you know what? I have a lot of health issues too. And when you talk about this stuff, it's really helped me. One of my favorites, I had somebody tell me yesterday that I've helped him understand his daughter's health situation. I've had a girlfriend tell me that I've helped her understand her husband's health situation. That's why I do it. I do it for those people who need somebody to look to, somebody to say, yeah, you know what? It's a pretty crappy hand you've been dealt, but you're going to be fine. We'll get through this. Because again, this shit's so isolating. You have no freaking idea. Anyway, I could ramble about this all day, but I'm not going to. So, y'all have a wonderful afternoon. I will be back Friday